Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Happy Wednesday. Hope you had a great trading day yesterday. We'll start with cycle analysis on S&P 500, which is playing out perfectly. We'll review Dow Jones, SL 2000, Nasdaq. We will review crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We will review all the commodities, and at the end we'll wrap up with FANG stock. Please hit the like button, guys. Thumbs up button. I post these videos every day, and all I'm asking you is hitting the like button and share this with the channel with your friends and family and help me grow. All right. Okay, so this is S&P 500 cycle analysis. We'll start with that. You can see cycle, focus on this yellow cycle. We were in this bottoming phase, so we bottomed perfectly a couple of days earlier, but that's totally normal. And now we're in this rising phase. Okay, so in this rising phase, we still have until mid of May, so we're not going to just keep going down straight, all right? I think we're going to just so chop around here. I will show you on MES charts. Actually, let me show you right now. You can see this is live. Green line is where we buy, red line is where we sell, and we are in a buy zone. We are very, very oversold, and I'm expecting a bounce, very, very big bounce very soon. Today is Fed day, 2 p.m. Fed Jerome Powell gonna speak, so I think we're gonna have a nice bounce after he speaks. So that could be a good catalyst because we are in a bounce zone short term. I'm expecting this to bounce. All right, so just keep that in mind. And also, if you draw a support line here on S&P 500, you can see we are also like, oops, I got the wrong tool here. Let me get the trend line. Okay, you can see here, if you draw something like that, we are very close to a support. All right, so we are near support. All right, a couple of bounces here, touches here. So this is not where you should be shorting. All right, this and even on the short-term chart, which I showed you, also overbought. So I'm expecting a bounce. So what that means is we will bounce, and then let me get rid of this white line. We're gonna bounce, just chop around here until mid of May. All right, and then this is the bigger period of risk where I'm expecting a lower low from this previous low. So that could be a big risk. But also remember, S&P 500 from top to bottom, we went almost 6%. All right, so that feels like this could be cycle bottom. All right, so maybe it will make an equal low after mid-May, or we will see if it's depending on where the price action is, if it is near highs. Also, there are Apple and I think one other big stock is posting earnings on Thursday. That's also going to be a big catalyst that could drive the entire market. Okay, so if you make a new high, it's going to be high low. If you make a lower high, it's going to be lower low. All right, so just keep that in mind. But at the end, I don't think we're going to just crash, just chop around here. All right, until next week, and then we'll make a decision whether we make a new low or we make a higher low. All right. Okay, so I got that now cleared, and let's go to side-by-side comparison on MES, which is live market here, and this left chart, which is my famous chart, which I developed, where red lines are the sell lines, green lines are the buy lines. If you want to know about this chart, there is a YouTube icon link in the description. Click on it, subscribe to my channel, YouTube channel. Let me know your YouTube user ID on Discord channel. The link is also there, and I will add you to members only section where I post these levels every 1 hour, every 2 hour, and you can make a good advantage of these trades. One trade can save you money for the entire year. All right. Okay, so you can see here we are in a buy zone. All right, so we are here below second line, which is second standard deviation, which is in the buy zone. So there's no reason to short here. You should be blindly buying here. If I was you, I would be blindly buying here. This is like a best opportunity. We are in a bull market. These levels will not last long, so if anything, you should be looking to buy as soon as possible. If you're watching this video, only recommendation is buy. Okay, on SPY, the reason there was a gap fill, actually there was a gap created. If I can show you here, let me see if I can quickly show you here. I have to hide these extended hours. You can see there was a gap, this gap up. You can see this gap up happened on 26th of April. Gap up, and this gap was filled towards the last hour. Okay, same thing with triple Q Nasdaq, gap up, this gap was filled last hour, and same thing with Apple. I just want to show you before I move further. Apple had a massive gap up, and they filled last hour this gap. So Apple is market moving stock, and they did that. Just wanted to show you that they're doing that so that gaps are filled. All right, so now let's go back to daily chart here. There you go. Okay, so Nasdaq is also oversold. You can see very oversold here. You should be looking to buy Nasdaq as well, looking for a bounce, guys. A bounce can come from here all the way up to the red line. 1.2% easy bounce can come. So keep that in mind before you get too bearish here. All right. So this is not the area I would be looking to get bearish. Um, all right. So let's look at Dow Jones. Again, all these indices are in the buy zone. I don't have to say anything else. It's all in the oversold buy zone. Should be looking to buy all these indices, whatever your favorite stocks are, all should be in the buy zone because all these indices are in the buy zone. Let's keep moving. Tesla is down, was down 5%. That's okay. There's a massive gap up. There's support here around the red and yellow line. This is daily chart, and it could come a little bit more lower around 175. Short term, 176 is a nice ideal buy zone. Then there is a gap also 168. We'll see if indices bounce. This is going to also bounce. There's no reason Tesla will not bounce with that. All right, so just keep that in mind. 176 is a nice area to buy. Let's look at gold. Gold is pumping, but looks like it made a lower high, so it might be going lower. It was in the buy zone like a few hours ago. Now in the neutral zone, so wait for it to go back to buy zone to buy again. Silver is let's see, again it was in the buy zone a couple of hours ago, and now it's in the neutral zone, so I'll look for it to buy again below 26. You can pause this video and take a screenshot of this level if you're trading any of the stocks I'm mentioning. Crude oil is in the buy zone as we are speaking, and also on this trend line, coming very close to the trend line, so maybe a little lower around 79. But short term, I'm expecting a bounce on crude oil. Natural gas was also a little bit weak yesterday, looks like. Now in the buy zone, all right? So you can see pump and dump, pump and dump. So there's a gap around 1 point here, 1.9582. This gap here on the left side, they're going to come and fill this gap, all right? Dollar index is in the sell zone. Massive pump yesterday, looks like. Yeah, again in the resistance, okay? It's in the resistance. So if dollar weakens, that's going to be bullish for Bitcoin and stock market. All right, so let's review Bitcoin. All right, so you guys, I posted a video, even a short video, and it's playing out perfectly. You can see the trend here. Okay, I posted this a couple of days ago. You can see what is the trend. Okay, higher low, and then lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, so you can see what's going on. We were making higher highs, and then here this low, this high is lower than this high, so we changed trend. This low is lower than this low, and now this high is lower than this high, and this low is lower than this low. Okay, so we are now dumping. All right, there's some support here around 52k, and then let me show you BTC live futures, no CME futures. Now live chart is saying there's some support coming around 52k. There are these two EMA lines, 200 EMA, 200 SMA. However, the gap analysis is telling me it can go a little lower around 47,890, and on CME futures these EMA lines are a little lower, all right, because it's missing the weekend less data. So it's your call, but it's either going to go to fill this gap 47,890. There are all these green lines are the gaps to fill, which you can take a screenshot. They will eventually be filled. I just don't know when. And also the other thing is on the live market, you can see this other indicator PPO. You can see green line is still below red line. Okay, so there is no bullish crossover. You can see all these red pillars here towards the downside. You want to see green line cross above red line to be bullish. Okay, that's not happening. So all the indicators are telling me that a dump is not over, still gonna dump higher. So be careful. Okay, now it's too late. You should have sold while you were saying. And also you can see we made a new high, and you can see RSI had a lower high. You can see this is a lower high. We made a new high in price. So we have some divergences as well, and we are still not oversold. I want to see red. We're going to see red background here. Like how you see green background means you should sell it. I want to see red background. That means you that means we're coming closer to the end. So I think we're expecting still more dump. We'll see when that happens. All right, so be careful. All right. Okay, so side by side daily analysis, it's in very oversold. It's very close to the, it is in the buy zone right now, so expecting a pump short term, and that can fail and go down. Ethereum, same thing here. On the short term, also very oversold in the buy zone. But on Ethereum chart, daily chart, oops, I got the wrong table here. On Ethereum daily chart, here you go. There's a gap here on futures. They want to fill that gap, 2808. Very close to filling it. They're going to eventually fill it. And then next target will be 2299 on Ethereum. Again, same thing, green line is below red line, and on the live Ethereum futures, it's very close to EMA lines. Again, green line is below red line. You can see they tried to cross it, and then the green line went above, and then they dumped it again. All right, it's all gonna do whatever Bitcoin is gonna do. So you should take Bitcoin as a guide to trade any other coin or any other crypto. All right, so right now near support here. Um, but CME futures, keep an eye on 2808. Once that fill, maybe we can get a little bit bounce. And also Jerome Powell is speaking as well, so that could also turn things around. So keep an eye. We could be bottoming out this gap fill, or on Bitcoin future we could go dump, touch 52K very quickly and then bounce. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, so let's keep moving to other commodities real quick. Copper is in the buy zone. Palladium in the neutral zone. Daily chart is here, and this is the day trading chart. Soybeans, here you go. Soybeans is also in the buy zone. Sugar near buy zone. This is sugar near new lows. Very good area to buy. Wheat is finding support on this 200 EMA and SMA. I really want to see this holding this dark blue line, which is 200 SMA. Let's see if it can hold and bounce. So far it's holding nicely right now in the neutral zone. Corn is on a daily chart, also finding support on this green line, which is 10 moving average. All right, gold miner GDX is in the buy zone as we're talking. A gap down, 34.63 can go and fill. Apple fill the gap like I showed you. There was a gap in the morning, early morning today. That's fill, broke out, back testing. This is where you want to be buying. Right now in the buy zone, you should be buying here, Apple. Amazon, good earnings, still not much pump. There's a gap 173, still not there, and there's also a top gap 183, 189. So they might sell it off entirely and fill this gap 173. We'll see what happens. Netflix in the buy zone right now as we are talking, touching the buy zone. Keep in mind there's another gap around 493. Meta is also in the buy zone. Google is also in the buy zone right now as we are talking. Microsoft is also in the buy zone. Snowflakes is a little bit higher. Not sure why it's a little bit higher, but it's in the neutral zone. NVDA is near buy zone. There's a gap around 890.39. That's a good area to buy. AVGO is also going towards buy zone. AMD massive dump after earnings, and all this. I think they might want to fill this $138 gap fill. So that's where it is right now. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. And I think somebody wanted to check DDOG. It's also, well, it's higher than buy zone. The two gaps, 125 and 122. So keep an eye on that. And let's quickly look at WIX, see what WIX is doing, up 3%. So WIX got a 7 and 8 counts buy signal, selling it, but if it's going to reject here, that's going to be lower high, and then we're going to come all the way down to fill this gap at 13, and that's going to be very bullish. So far it's making, well, it made a high here and low here. This low is lower than this low. Okay, so I think WIX is going to reject and come fill this gap at 13, in my opinion. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hopefully this was helpful. Please hit the like button on your way out, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.